was taking everything out of this carry-on bag. Hey crew, welcome back to my channel for another video. For those of you who are new, my name is Bridgette, and guess what? I'm going back to work. Please excuse the fans in the background. It's already been eventful because my commute is getting a little tricky. Plan A didn't work, plan B didn't work, so we're on contingency plan C, which is taking the bus. It's a little before 9:30 and I need to head out to get on the local bus to the train station to catch the bus to New York. So I just wanted to make sure that I remembered to start off the vlog and welcome you guys back. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it was a very traumatic journey here. The bus ended up being over an hour late. Had to run to Penn Station, run to the Long Island Railroad, get to the airport, change into my clothes. But the surprise I have for you is, who is that?
Hi crew.
Who is that?
I'm nervous.
We're working our first trip together. This is a lot of firsts. My first trip back, her first international trip, our first trip together, and we're going to London.
First trip back to work. Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, so I'm about to go down to the plane. I'll see you when we get there.
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do.
Hey crew, I'm not using the bathroom, I promise, but this is where the best lighting is right now. We have just made it to the hotel in London. It is 9:57 local time, and I'm about to take a shower and go take a nap. Sorry. I'm about to go take a shower and take a nap, and then we will head out probably around noon, 1:30, around that time, and go explore a little bit. If you did not catch in the previous clip, Whistling is working this trip with me, The World of Whis, here on YouTube. I'll make sure to tag her channel somewhere right here for you guys. And this is my first trip back, you guys, so it felt weird being back. Let me zoom in a little bit. It felt so strange being back on the plane, but like not in a bad way. I worked galley coming and it was fine. It was like muscle memory. I was kind of concerned that I wasn't going to remember what I had to do, but I did, which I'm happy about. And yeah, it was uneventful. We had no problems. I hope going back to the States is just like that. We love an uneventful flight. So far, knock on wood, this is a good way to bring in my first trip back. I don't know if I told you guys that I'm working with one of my classmates, Dwayne. If you guys have been a crew member for a long time, you would remember Dwayne because he's been in previous videos. So yes, he is the purser on this trip. He recently graduated purser training, so let's all give a clap and shout out and congratulations for Dwayne. And he was great. It was a pleasure to be his galley up in the front, and tomorrow we will be working in the main cabin. But enough of me rambling. I am about to start getting ready because I am tired. I'm so tired. My commute yesterday was ridiculous. Sorry, you guys. Was absolutely ridiculous. I left my house around 9:30ish, took the local bus to the metro, took the metro to Union Station, which is a metro station and a train station and a bus station all in one. Took the bus to New York. Instead of it being 4.5 hours, it was 5.5 hours. And that cut into my commuting time. From where the bus dropped me off, I had to walk to Penn Station, and my commute from Penn Station to the airport. But luckily I got there in time. I was able to change into my uniform, sign in for the trip, get to briefing all in time, no problem. I was really thankful for that because I was kind of stressing. You don't want to be late on your first trip back, or in general. So yeah, I'm pretty tired. I will speak to you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is 3:40 p.m. local time. The world and Wiss and I are about to go out and explore the London streets since it's our first time. We're not doing the sightseeing tip this time. Yeah, she's gonna come back. She just doesn't know that. So enough of me flopping my gums. I'm not bringing this camera because it didn't charge in time. So I'll see you in the next clip on my phone. So quick update. We were gonna get on the tube to go to Kensington area, Kensington High Street, but the tube station near where we are is not going to Kensington, unfortunately. So we're both having a first experience of getting on the bus because I never ride the bus, so we'll see how it goes. See you in the next clip. Wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby. So it is 8:48, almost 9 p.m. We just got back to the hotel. And we didn't really do too much. I didn't vlog anything much really. We went to H&M. We were supposed to go to Zara, but we didn't end up making it down to Zara. It was actually a big ordeal. I think I said it earlier that the tube station, or the tube line in general, from where we are to where we were going is not running today, and from today through Monday. So we had to take the bus, which was a different experience for me. It just took longer. And then we ended up getting on the wrong bus. Well, first, we were sitting on the wrong side of the road. Then we got to the right side of the road and we got lucky. A gentleman was getting off the bus and he was like, you got really lucky because the bus doesn't pick up here, but because I'm getting off here, you were able to get on. And we were like, oh, thank you. It worked out in our favor. So then we went to H&M. We went to the second Marks and Spencer's. For those of you who are not familiar with Marks and Spencer, it is kind of like a grocery department store, like dual purpose. They have a grocery and they have like a clothing department. Yeah, basically. So we went to one that's close to our hotel. That one's a little bit smaller, and then we went to a different one that was a bigger size. And I was able to find my mom's carrot cake. So I'm going to surprise her with that, because the last time I was in London, I went to 2 Marks and Spencer's as well, and they both did not have it in stock. I know in the past, I can do a quick haul for you guys. So give me 1 second. Cue the commercial break. Okay, crew. My commercial break took longer than expected. I had to take a phone call. So, time to do our haul of everything we got today. So, first things first is, like I was saying, M&S, Marks and Spencer's. Let me zoom this in a little. Marks and Spencer's is like a grocery department store. They used to carry this ginger beer from Fever Tree, but now they only carry the light version, and I am not into that. Please give me all the sugar. So I picked this up to try it. Whistling already tried it, and she said it was not too bad. So this is the M&S brand. It says fiery ginger beer with Sicilian lemon and ginger root extract. So if you're ever in the UK and you want to try it, this is what it looks like. Take a screenshot. So I'm going to try it now. It's not bad. I could handle this one. So next thing I got from Marks and Spencer's is this carrot cake. This is not for me. This is actually for my mother. In fact, she likes carrot cake. Shout out to my mommy. So I picked it up one time thinking about her when I was in London randomly and brought it home, and she loved it. So every time I come now, I try and see if I can find it. But lately, or within the past times that I came, it was hard to find. But today I found it, so I had to pick it up. Next item I got was some cotton rounds. Nothing fancy. Got these from Superdrug. This isn't a big haul because we're on a budget. But one thing that I did have to get, I've talked about this before, I like the Nivea deodorant. I used to get it from Boots, but apparently Boots is not selling them anymore. So now I go to Superdrug. I was put on to Superdrug by just walking past and said, let me just go in and see if they had it. Now the prices are ridiculous. The last time I was in London was London Heathrow, to be exact, because you guys know a few months ago I was working only London Gatwick's because I messed up my schedule. But the last time I was in London Heathrow, I think this was like £3 or £4, and maybe it was on sale, who knows. This is now $5.99, so £6. Was it $5.99? I don't know, either £5 or £6, which I find is crazy. So I only got 4 of these because my mother also, I put her on to Nivea deodorant and we both like this kind. 2 for me, 2 for her. This is my lunch for tomorrow on the plane. For all of the flight attendants out there, I recommend, it's something I like, I'm a picky eater, to get something at M&S for your way back, so you don't have to worry about in the airport trying to find something to eat for you to eat on the plane if you don't eat airplane food like me. If you eat airplane food, go off. Eat the airplane food to your heart's desire. I just don't enjoy it. So I got the Tuscan style sausage penne, and hopefully it's good. I also got garlic bread, but Whistling and I are going to share that, and that is in her room. So I'll try and remember to take a picture of it tomorrow. Next thing, and I think final thing, oh no, 2 things. We did stop into Boots because I like this Sleep Ease sleeping tablets. I use these like tonight. Even though I am tired, I'm going to still take one so I can stay asleep, because you know it is still early back home and I need to sleep because I will be waking up not too long from now. So this is for me to use on my layover, and I bought some chips or crisps, as they say here, to snack on either tonight. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night a little hungry, or on the flight back. And I can bring these back into the country because they're dry goods. So this is also the M&S brand. I've never tried this flavor, but I have tried another flavor, the sweet chili. I just can't remember if I liked it, so I didn't want to get it. And I feel like you can't go wrong with the cheese flavor. So if you want to try these, I'll let you guys know. If I try them tonight, I'll let you guys know tomorrow, or when I'm closing out this vlog, I'll let you guys know how they are. So if you want to try them when you come, you can. And that is it. So I'm going to pack up the rest of my things. I've already ironed my uniform, thankfully, and packed up my bag preliminarily, because I still have like my cosmetic stuff that have to go in there. But for the most part, everything is in my bag. I need to plug up my devices and my company phone, my watch, so that I'm prepared for tomorrow, and my personal electronics. And then I'm going to take my Sleep Ease tablet and then go to sleep. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, so see you in the next clip. Oh, I lied. The last thing that I got was one of these Ben's cookies. I was put on to these cookies by a past friend, and I love them. They're so soft. So I put Whistling onto them. She got 2 for herself, and I will show you her message. Well, I'm not going to show you her message because then that means I'm going to have to show you my message thread. But basically, she said these cookies are hidden. They're good. They're soft, which I knew. So Ben's Cookies now has a potential another customer if the World of Bliss here on YouTube decides to ever work another international flight. So for real this time, I am gone. Have a good night. If it is not night, have a good day, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you in the next clip. Crew, so as you can see, I'm not in the hotel. No longer in London. I did not speak to you guys yesterday before getting on the van to go to the airport to come back to the States. So that trip is over. It is the next day. I do start another trip tomorrow. But this is a domestic trip. So change of scenery, change of vibe. It's actually a 2-day trip, something also that I have not worked in a long time. And we are working with whistling again. So this is a lot of stuff I haven't worked in a long time. Haven't worked a 2-day trip in a long time. Haven't worked a domestic trip in a long time. Haven't worked as flight lead, the A position, in a long time. And if you know me, I don't like flying flight lead. But those were the 2 positions that were open. So we are working a fake domestic trip, because technically we go internationally, but it's not considered international. We're just not going to get into that whole spiel. So yeah, working the flight back from London. It was uneventful for the most part. A lot of work. I worked in a special cabin, I should say. It's not first class and it's not main cabin. It's like in between. So what is that, like on some business class, I guess? If that's the tiered system, comment down below if that's right. Or is business first? I don't know. None of that really matters to me. So I worked in that cabin. I was responsible for that cabin by myself, which was nice. It kind of reminded me of first class on a domestic flight. And yeah, that was about it. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. We got tacos and boba, even though that's not Cinco de Mayo. I did not record any of it. You didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, we had Doritos. If you hear the voice in the background, it is Whistling the World of Whist here on YouTube. I don't know if she wants to make a cameo.
You can show me. I look crazy.
Yeah, I already did. Okay, so that's the World of Bliss, as you can see. She slept the whole day, you guys.
But did you tell him it was my first TO?
That's not what this sentence is about. I woke up at 9 o'clock, well 8 something, but came over here at 9 o'clock. She woke up at 5 p.m. You heard me correct. So it's currently
Time to go to bed.
9:36 p.m. We have a 7:07 a.m. report time. And yeah, uniform is ironed. Bag is semi-packed. Not all the way packed, because there was a little mishap with the dryer this afternoon when I was washing my clothes. And yeah, check the loads for the flight tomorrow. Going, I can just tell you guys because this is going to be a continuation. We're doing JFK to St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas to Atlanta, laying over in Atlanta. That's another first. I haven't laid over in Atlanta in, I don't even know when the last time I laid over in Atlanta was, honestly. And then short layover, next day Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, New York, and then hopefully New York home, because it's been hard to commute, and this is my first trip back, but the loads have been really bad, and it's only going to get worse because we're moving into the summer months. And if you guys don't know, summer flying is pretty much the most busiest time for the aviation industry, aside from, like, you know, the winter holidays time, or like other big holidays in the States or across the world in general. So yeah, that is it. Enough of me flapping my gums. I'm not promising that I'll see you guys tomorrow, but we'll see where the next clip takes us. So have a good night. Good morning, crew. It is 5:33 local time. We are headed out to start our journey to get to the airport. Report time is 7:07 p.m. a.m. because p.m. we wouldn't be awake at this time. I'm just putting this napkin in here. Nothing's on it. Yeah, 2 legs today. Short layover, 2 legs tomorrow. Say good morning to Whistling. Oh wait, you're blurry. Here we go. So yeah, see you guys in the next clip.
Finish them won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No on they form say you too like us. You know get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my mind.
Hey crew, it is 6:21. We made perfect time. I just went through KCM, but Whistling got random, so she has to go through regular security. So I'm walking over there now to go meet up with her. Yeah, we have a little over 40 minutes, so that's good. So I'll see you when we get on the plane. Hey crew, it is 12:17. We are in St. Thomas. We've deplaned, cleaned, and we're waiting to board up to go to Atlanta. I am so tired. And it is raining outside, so it's going to be a little bumpy on takeoff. First flight uneventful, just how we like it. And we're hoping those same vibes continue for the next flight. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hey crew, it is 6:08. Just got to the hotel. That feels so weird to say. I haven't eaten anything for the whole day. So Whistle and I are about to go eat in the hotel, this restaurant, because this is a short layover and we need to go to sleep because it's an early van. So I will come back once I eat something and tell you how the last flight was. So I'll see you in the next clip. Good morning crew. It is 5:27 local time and I have about 10 minutes before I want to be downstairs. Today is go home day. It's technically day 6 of 6 for me. And I'm ready to go home. I slept good last night. Another 4:30 a.m. wake up. But I went to sleep at like 8 o'clock, which was great because I was exhausted. Today we have 2 legs, Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale and Fort Lauderdale to JFK. We're praying that they are uneventful because what happened yesterday, I don't think I can deal with it again. And unfortunately, because I had to write a report, I don't think it's the best idea for me to share with you guys what actually happened. First flight to Fort Lauderdale, surprisingly, is empty. There's over 100 seats open. Second flight to New York, 100% full. So we're gearing up into summer flying, and I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for that because I know it's about to be crazy. So yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys later. Hey crew. So please excuse the fan sound because it's hot in here and I need it. So yeah, like I was saying, it is the next day after the end of the trip, the 2-day trip. So this vlog will consist of London and the 2-day domestic trip that I both worked with Whistling. It was supposed to be an easy trip, early release. It was supposed to finish around 1 something or 2 o'clock, something like that. And I was going to try and catch a 3:55 flight home. Now I have to rewind for the flight from Fort Lauderdale to JFK. Anyone, comment down below if you are a flight attendant. But in my own experience, Florida to New York are my least desirable flights to work. They're a lot of work, and not saying that I don't like to work. I mean a lot of work as far as going back and forth with passengers. You have a lot of difficult passengers. You have a lot of entitled passengers. And this isn't bashing anyone. This is just what I've observed over the 6 years that I've been flying. I didn't even share that with you guys. So right before I came back onto the line, I made my 6-year mark at my current airline. It really doesn't even feel like 6 years.
I'm thankful for all the 6 years. I'm thankful for the time, the people, the experiences that I've had so far. And I'm thankful for you guys because you've been rocking with me, I think, around year 1 or 2. So, yes, we have hit 6 years at my current airline, and I'm just in awe. But back to the story. So, Florida to New York is difficult. Surprisingly, they weren't. I always expect the worst in any situation. So if I set the bar low and it goes above that, cool. If I set the bar low and it meets that, that's what I expected. Can I really get upset? No. So during boarding, they were pretty good. Of course, you had a few people here and there who had things to say. The delay was out of our control. We were waiting in the airport just as them. They just didn't see us because we were in our crew lounge. So, we are boarding the aircraft and we start to run out of overhead bin space. So we alert the gate agents, hey, we don't have that much space. Can you start checking or tagging the remaining bags? Trying to be proactive, because if you wait until the end, this is already a delayed flight. You are now having to bring bags from the back of the plane towards the front and have the gate agent individually print out bag tags, which causes a further delay. And typically at that hour, passengers coming from other airports into New York are flying internationally. And you don't want anyone to miss their connection, let alone an international connection, because half the time it may not be a daily service. It may be a twice a week service or weekly service. So yeah, I'm trying to keep that in mind. So we send our message. They start tagging bags. It was going fine. We're letting the passengers know, leave your bags right there at the door. They'll be waiting for your baggage claim at your final destination. We're laying the message. Now we get towards the end of the boarding process, and a gentleman and his family are about to board. The wife has the bag that has a tag on it, and I'm like, hi, ma'am, the bag has a tag on it. You can leave it right at that door before you get on the plane, and it will be waiting for you at your final destination. Well, she looked at me. She heard what I said. She acknowledged it and still tried to board the aircraft. So I'm like, ma'am, I need you to stop. The bag cannot come on the aircraft. We don't have any more overhead bin space. It has to be checked. Please leave it at the door. She's like, well, we have stuff that we need to take out. I said, that's fine, no problem. Step to the side so the passengers behind you can continue to board. You can sort out everything you need in your bag. Once you take out the things that you need for the flight or that you don't want to be checked, you can board, but I need you to step to the side. Well, she didn't want the people behind her to board before her. Very bizarre to me. I'll never understand that. So she decided to try and open the bag in the middle of the walkway, literally right in front of the boarding door. And I'm like, yes, this is not going to work. I need you to step to the side because you're blocking other people from boarding the plane. You're not ready to get on, so you have to step to the side. She didn't want to listen. A passenger basically pushed their way in front of her, which finally I think gave her the hint, like, you have to move over. You cannot block the entrance. When they passed by her, I guess, like I said, she didn't like that people were boarding before her, so she boarded with her family and left the husband out to sort out whatever they needed to take out of the bags. You guys, he took so long. I forgot that he was standing to the side, taking the things out of his bags until the gate agent came, to do her checks to make sure that maybe someone's boarding pass didn't scan, confirm people are on board. Came and was like, sir, what are you doing? You need to get on the plane. And he's like, I have to take stuff out of my bag. He was taking everything out of this carry-on bag and trying to stuff it into the 3 or 4 plastic bags he had with him. And she's like, sir, what are you doing? There's no space in the overhead bin. Why are you taking everything out of the bag? He's like, well, I need everything. And she's like, the bag is not staying in Fort Lauderdale. It is going on the plane. You will get it once you get to New York or your final destination if New York is not your final destination. And he's like, no, look, can you make space for the bag? So she got tired of going back and forth with him. So now he comes to me. He's like, can you make space for the bag? I said, sir, I've explained to you that there's no more space on the plane for any carry-on bags. I'm not sure where you want me to make space, You saw all the other passengers who were behind you leave their bag at the door because there was no space for bags. There is no space for bags. I don't know how to say that else in another way for you. He's like, well, this isn't fair. I'm traveling with 5 people. Like, you just want to check my bag. I said, it's not specifically you who is singled out. There were many people, as you saw, the bags that were stacked up right here, that bags had to get checked. You're not the only person. This is not directed towards you. No one's trying to spite you. And he's like, well, I need to take all this stuff onto the plane. I said, and put it where? There is no overhead bin space. He's like, I need all of this stuff. We've been traveling for over 24 hours and you aren't being accommodating. And I'm like, you know, in that point, I felt myself, and I can be truthful, getting agitated. I'm a human being too, because I keep repeating the same thing over and over, and he's not trying to accept that. So I had to step back, collect myself before continuing to speak to him. I said, sir, you're not the only person on this plane. There are other people who had to do the same thing as you. If there's things you want to take out, fine. If not, if you don't want the bag checked, then you and the bag will be staying in Fort Lauderdale. Those are your 2 options. I cannot find another space for you in the overhead bin because there are no more spaces. If the bag is not going to be checked, you will be staying with the bag. If you are going to comply to check the bag needs to go because the ramp agent is waiting to check the bag so we can go. The flight is already delayed. We're trying to make up as much time as possible. So he's like, I need to take all this food out. My children need to eat. I said, okay, no problem. He's like, well, can you put this in? Can you hold this up here with you? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's like, well, I have to take all this stuff. I said, okay, well, you can open the bag, because he had all these plastic bags, and put your food in here. Well, I can't do it. So I'm trying to speed this process up. I open the bag for him. He puts the stuff in the bag. He finally gets on. Then he comes back and he's like, are you sure the bag's going to be put on the plane? I said, yes, sir, once it has a tag. I know it has a tag. Let me finish my sentence, please. Once it has the white tag, it's scanned by the ramp agent. It is put under the plane and it will be at baggage claim at your final destination. So he walked off. And you know what's funny? As we were boarding, a passenger got on the plane. You know, he's waiting to move past to go to his seat. And he's just talking to me regularly, you know, how are you? How come the flight was delayed? I'm like, I'm not too sure. We were here in Fort Lauderdale waiting just like you guys. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, good luck. And I'm like, well, good luck with what? He was like, you're going to need it with this group. I said, well, I'm used to it. You know, I've been doing this for a while. It's pretty much the same with the Fort Lauderdale to New York crew. He was like, nope. New day, new experience. You're going to need it. And he was surely right. So once he deplaned, once we got to New York, he's like, well, how was it? I couldn't even respond. I couldn't even respond, you guys. So, yeah, that's it for that trip. Today is my only day off. I start a new trip tomorrow. I'm mentally and physically tired, but the grind continues. And yeah, so if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe and see you soon in the next video, which is technically tomorrow. So, bye you guys.